What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally doesn't work. Actually, I should say Jobu's day job. This is insane. The price of lumber has gone through the roof. I'm going to be working on rebuilding a shower that they didn't put a trap into it and trying to make it larger, so I have to make my own pan. $22.36 is what I'm going to pay for just these two freaking pressure treated 2x4s. This is getting to be crazy. Actually, while I'm over here, let me check the price, because I was down in the country looking at the Home Depot down there in Central Virginia, and it was $41 down there. It had jumped up $5 yesterday. Apparently it's jumped up another dollar today. So the question is, are these numbers here to stay, or are they going to keep on going up higher? I've got to get about 6 regular 2x4s, which is going to probably be $648. At least that's not quite as bad as the pressure treated, but this is going to be, it's getting harder and harder out here to make a buck. Well, I'm beginning to see prices on everything that are going up quite a bit. The speed set mortar used to be $13 a bag. Now it's up to $18. The other hard part now in construction is having the supplies that you need. So here's the worst part for me is I've been having a hard time actually getting PVC fittings. I need to get the shower pan drained for that. So I'm going to go over there and check and see if they have some in the plumbing. Got the bag of mortar at least. We're going to use the speed set for the base tiles. The reason being is we use those that on there because I don't have a lot of time. We're going to end up using a membrane to go around our new curb and stuff. We're going to set that. Then we're going to end up using the bed mortar, which is a dry mix, to go ahead and mix up the cement that's going to go into the floor. Let that set up overnight, and then in the morning we'll lay the floor tile, which of course is a speed set right here. This will be able to be walked on within about an hour, hour and a half, so then I can start doing the wall tiles right behind it. So let me get some of that so we can get ready. All right, so this is actually what we're going to use to hook up our drain line in here. This is actually a square screw-up piece, and it has a clamp on it, so that way the membrane will actually be squeezed in here to keep it watertight. Now, the only problem is I need a 2-inch trap. This bathroom has no trap in it. And as I look over, guess what? This is one of the problems we're having now as a contractor. Look, the supply for stuff is few and far between. And there's not a 2-inch trap to be found in here whatsoever. I had this problem on another recent job. They've got 1.5 inch ones right there, glue in. I always like to have the screw-on ones because then I can adjust if we need to. More 1.5 inch. And there's none. We'll need to go to another store, supply house, and find a 2-inch trap, or worst comes to worst, we'll have to basically make one. So like these are my preferred ones. I like a screw-off one, especially if I'm doing a sink. It's easier to adjust and move around if you need to change what's going on. So we'll see if we can find one, and we'll get some miscellaneous parts from someplace. But definitely I'm going to need that first thing, because we're going to rip out the original shower, and then we're going to redo the pipes up underneath of it, and from there we can set and frame up and do the new walls and set the membrane and pour the cement. And I need to get all of that done that first day. So these parts are critical. You know the old saying, it's hard out here for a pimp. And this is one of those funny things. Okay, so we have our Pro Pack here, right? See that? That's our Pro Pack. 4 couplings, right? 4 pieces. $35.27 right there, right? Problem is $8.82. If we go through and get the single right here, $8.27. So technically, this one's about 60 cents more for each one, or basically it's about $2 more to buy that pack than it is to buy the individuals. That's where you think, let me buy in bulk so I can save some money. Not the case here. Right now I'm going to go ahead, and what I'm going to be doing is I've actually turned into a guy who loves actually using shark bites, as well as the plastic pipes. This stuff is so much faster, so much more economical, and so much quicker than the copper. And believe me, I used to be a copper guy. I was 100% a copper man. But using my clamp set up here with the rings, it's so much quicker, so much easier, and it can freeze and expand without busting. So, you know, you live and you learn. I'm seeing that this project is definitely going to cost more because of the prices of materials, definitely, and the shortage, and of course the time that we'll have to spend going elsewhere to get what we need to do the job. Yeah. Okay, so for the shower, we've gotten our bed mortar. See, this is actually a mix. You only use about 3/4 of a gallon of water to mix with this stuff. It's a dry mix that we'll use to put in to make the bed. Once we end up doing our framework, get our plumbing in there, put the membrane down, we're going to use these big subway tiles, and my daughter likes the honeycomb white tiles to go with it. What we'll do is we'll actually use a slightly darker, just slightly off-white grout on there, so that way it'll actually make those lines stand out kind of like it does now, and should be easy to clean. The other thing is the drain that I got to make life easy is actually a square drain. So all I'll have to do is basically cut off the edges on here for it to be a nice finish at the edge when we slope it. The thing when you're doing a shower bed, the smaller the tile, the better it is for making the transition. You wouldn't want to use like a 12 by 12 because as you make it slope towards that drain, that 12 by 12 tile or even that 6 by 6 isn't going to bend. These are actually making it really, really easy to use with. So that's what we're ready. The other problem that we're dealing with, of course, these days is I need bullnose tiles. And to finish off the edges, that or I'm going to have to use corner pieces for it. I'd rather actually wrap the corner pieces with the bullnose tile. So they're looking to see if they can find some in the back, but these are shortages we're going to be facing, and now we're going to be paying higher gas prices, which means also the things that are made from using gas, plastics and PVC and all that stuff's going to be going up too.